We are, I think, just outside of Darling, right on the doorstep of Darling, at the West Coast Smokehouse. And I'm joined by the owner, Kevin. Kevin, thanks for having us.
Well, thanks for coming.
So Kevin, the West Coast Smokehouse, how did this come about?
It fluke. It's like most things in my life. I stumbled upon it about a year and a half ago, and not knowing anything about food, or other than braaiing at home and making some food, I thought I'd try my hand at smoking meat. And yeah, you see it on Netflix, you see it in the movies, but you don't actually get, because there's nobody in South Africa, or there's not many people in South Africa. So yeah, that was my madness before the inspiration. So I did a lot of reading, and that's what inspired me. Was the old travelers of yesteryear. So
I think it's it's very new to South Africa, but like you said, we see it everywhere. I mean, there's smoking competitions that happen overseas in America. I know it's massive there. So to bring it to South Africa, is it a bit of a niche market, and try and get people to open their mind to trying out the smoked meat?
I don't think it's niche. Well, it's definitely not niche. We're all meat eaters.
Yeah.
I think it's a new style of cooking in South Africa. But the interest is huge. And West Coast Smokehouse, ours is authentically smoked. There's nothing on there that you shouldn't be eating. It's only black pepper, Kalahari salt, a bit of garlic powder. The rest is the kameel doring. And I think that's a trick. But hey, who doesn't love a braai? So this is just a different version, a longer style, version. A totally different style. But I think right time, right place type thing.
And now, what all do you guys offer on the menu?
So our speciality is brisket, because it is the longest and piece of meat to cook, if you want to use that word. I mean, it takes anywhere from 8 to 16 hours, sometimes longer. And everything's low and slow. And then other two are our pork rib, so it's free-range pork rib, and it's from just the other side here, of like a proper Plonkies and Bianca farm. And then our grass-fed beef short rib. So those are our three specialities. And then our brisket burger. So all the offcuts from the brisket, because you got to trim these things that it looks like a cigar boat Ferrari. You can't just buy it and stick it in. So you got to trim it right down. And then all those offcuts we use, we mince it ourselves with a proper old mincer, not an electric job. And then we make our own brisket burgers. So those are our four things that people come here for. And also our chips. So we do our own chips. We buy the potatoes in, boil them, or peel them, boil them, and then double fry them in tallow. So there's a lot of what do you want to call it, sort of byproducts of smoking, particularly your lard and your tallow, that you can do a lot with, and it's the healthiest way of cooking.
Smoking and using tallow rather than all the oils and that.
Absolutely, and that's where all your flavors are. No, and I mean, like when you cut through this meat, you just see those smoke rings, or the bark, the smoke rings, and the juices just flow, and the aromas are something else.
Incredible.
Yeah.
And how long did it take you to perfect the smoking?
I'm still perfecting. I don't think you ever get to a stage where you can, where you say, I'm never going to get there anyway. I think you always got to look at how you can improve. And I learned a little trick last week, which I'm going to share with you. It's my trick. But yeah, I mean, it's like and not being a chef, not being a restaurateur, this is quite it's hard work, but at the same time, it's difficult to put into words. You know when you just around the corner from failing, but you won't give up. You know, it's like one of those things, and especially when people start your friends or your family start talking about how crazy you are, then it's more motivation, if that makes any sense. Yeah, it's like quite a, but yeah, it took me probably 6 months until I was happy. I got a lot of customers that were not happy with me either. Because when you don't know, it's hard.
Yeah.
And you also don't know where to look. There's nobody in South Africa that can really teach you.
This, yeah.
I mean, I approached a well-known chef and a guy that won Brewmaster, and they just said to me, "Can't help you, I don't know." So when you start asking for help, nobody can help you. You know you're on your own. You've got to start YouTubing, and then there's just a load of nonsense on YouTube as well. So, but when I started to get it right, that's even more of a sort of motivation, because you start to see the results of sometimes the thankless. You know, like you're up here at 3 a.m. and it's just thankless, and the meat's not ready at 11 when the customer comes in, and they cuss you, and so yeah, it's like you got to have a thick skin like this, almost as thick as the brisket.
But I mean, now you're sitting in a place where, like I said, when I walked in here, you guys still selling. Told by one of my coaches that I coach rugby with, now we're going to Darling's West Coast Smokehouse.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's like, please, you have to order me stuff. So at least the name's definitely out there, and definitely spreading along the West Coast very rapidly and into the Swartland.
Yeah, well, for me, it's a privilege. I mean, because a lot of people start businesses, and I think this is one of those businesses. It's almost, like I said earlier, right time, sort of right place type, obviously right concept. It's like when I started the brewery, people also thought you're crazy. I think a similar thing, especially when you don't come from that background.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, it's really rewarding.
Yeah, I'll say sometimes those biggest risks are your biggest rewards at the end of the day as well.
Well, the most interesting thing is the people that come in, the customers, and you can see they walk in here and they enjoy the space, but when you put that board with the meat on the table, you can just see their eyes. They've never seen, and when they cut through it and they taste it, you can just see like it's quite a. That is extremely rewarding.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, I love smoked meat, and I always try and do it at home. Put a tinfoil over the fire. We used to do an old geezer.
Yeah.
Those things. So this is definitely on my list for a stop by and a proper.
Hey, you must come. You're welcome.
Board.
No, it's quite phenomenal. And I mean, everybody. South Africans are huge meat eaters. So I mean, that's a big advantage. I think in the next short while, whatever, 12 to 18 months, I think you're going to see a lot more of them popping up. The big difference is it's not like a normal restaurant. It's a lot of work, and it's long hours.
I guess when you're not open, you're actually in the background smoking.
Well, you need the patience of a church. I mean, you can get the brisket cooked or smoked in 6 hours, but try and cut it. It's as tough as anything.
Because if you want that tender, proper smoke,
you've got to break the collagens down, and that's what real flavors are. And if you don't do that, I think that's why a lot of people give up even at home, and they don't have the time. So those two things, low and slow, and a lot of patience. And also, like making sure. I had a customer here right in the beginning. I did something, a brisket, and it wasn't ready. And I went to him and I said, "The brisket's not ready, I'm not serving it to you." And he said, "Wow, that was another restaurant, they would have just cut it up and served it. So I won't do stuff like that."
No, you need to keep your quality.
But it's hard because you're spending money, the people are coming, especially in the beginning, and you can't generate the turnover, and it's like a balance of.
Very stressful at the start, but now it sounds like you're on track and you've started nailing it.
We're getting there. Not there, not quite there.
Now, if anyone wants to get a hold of you, they want to come book to sit down here, How do they go about that?
It's all on, you can check out our Facebook pages, TikTok, Instagram, or they can, and everything's on WhatsApp. So we also use WhatsApp now. And the telephone number is 0837267263. I think it's something like that. But check it out before you
check it out. And all your social media is the West Coast Smokehouse.
Yeah, West Coast stroke Living Colour or Living Colour stroke West Coast Smokehouse. It's like a bit, I'm going to have to dump that Living Colour part at some time. It's just got a lot of followers, so I use it, but it is sort of fading
out.
Yeah.
West Coast Smokehouse.
Yeah, definitely West Coast Smokehouse, darling. Because it's like quite interesting. Living Colour, as an example, is an American band. So if you Google Living Colour, you're going to go through to the Living Band. So you've got to put Living Colour, darling. You know what I mean? A lot of the times one doesn't think of those things, or you do, but you like what you're doing so much. You know, anyway.
Just have to aim for one of those days where you overtake them.
West Coast Smokehouse, yeah.
Well, Kevin, thanks for chatting to us a bit about the West Coast
Only
Smokehouse.
Only a pleasure, yeah.
Yeah, we wish you nothing but strength and positivity in the future.
Thank you. Thanks for coming.
A lot of briskets getting put out.
Well, we're going into summer season, flower season, and last year it was just like, and this is going to be even busier, because last year we didn't have sort of the traction or momentum that we've had in the last 6 months. It's been crazier. But yeah, I'm privileged. I'm lucky.
Started.
Yeah, no, totally.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, pleasure. Thank you.
We'll chat soon.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll see you guys next time.